Listen to me closely, because what I am about to say might make you angry or it might make you cry, but it is the absolute truth that nobody tells women like us. You have been lied to. For your entire life, the banks, the TV shows, and maybe even your own family have made you believe that the stock market is a rich boys' club. They made you think that to be an investor, you need a shiny suit, a college degree, and thousands of dollars sitting in the bank. They want you to believe that investing is complicated, dangerous, and basically gambling. And because you believe that, you stay on the sidelines. You work your double shifts, you clean houses, you stand on your feet for 12 hours at Walmart, and you save what little you can in a jar or a regular savings account that pays you pennies. You think you are being safe. You think you are being responsible. But here is the hard reality check. Playing it safe is exactly what keeps us poor. While you are scared to lose $50 in the market, inflation is eating your cash alive every single day. That grocery bill that used to be $100 is now $200. That gas tank costs double what it did 5 years ago. Your savings account cannot keep up with that. If you are just saving cash, you are actually losing money every single year. You are working harder and harder just to fall further behind. I know that feeling. I know the panic of looking at your bank balance and wondering how you will retire. I used to think investing was something I would do someday when I had extra money. But let me tell you something, sister. There is never extra money. You have to make the money work for you, or you will work for money until the day you die. I am not saying this to scare you. I am saying this to wake you up. You do not need thousands of dollars to change your life. You do not need to be a math genius. All you need is $50 a month and the courage to start. $50. That is one less takeout meal for the family. That is skipping the dollar section at Target a few times. That is finding a way to squeeze just a tiny bit out of your budget to buy your freedom. Today, we are going to break the cycle. We are going to stop acting like victims of the economy and start acting like owners. I am going to show you exactly how to take that crumpled $50 bill and plant a seed that will grow into the tree of shade for your old age. We are going to strip away all the fancy jargon. No Wall Street talk here. We are going to talk about this like we are sitting at your kitchen table, paying bills. I am going to show you that you, yes, you, with the stained uniform and the tired eyes, are capable of building wealth. We are going to talk about why starting small is actually your superpower, not your weakness. When you have less, you are more careful, you pay attention, and over time, that $50 a month adds up to something massive. It adds up to dignity. It adds up to choices. It adds up to never having to rely on a man or the government to save you because you saved yourself. So take a deep breath, put down the fear, let's look at the numbers, and change your family tree forever. It starts right now. Now, before you run off and download some trading app you saw on TikTok, we need to have a serious talk about strategy. Because when you only have $50, you cannot afford to gamble. I see so many people in our situation getting tricked. They hear about some cryptocurrency or some hot stock that is going to the moon, and they throw their grocery money at it hoping to get rich quick. Listen to me. That is not investing. That is playing the lottery, and the lottery is a tax on the poor. We work way too hard for our money to throw it away on a guess. We scrub floors, we deal with angry customers. We miss bedtimes with our kids. Every single dollar you have represents your sweat and your time, so we are not going to bet on a single horse to win the race. We are going to own the racetrack. Here is the secret that wealthy people know, but they make it sound complicated so you stay away. It is called an index fund. Imagine you walk into the grocery store. If you try to pick the single best apple in the whole store, you might pick a bad one. It might be rotten on the inside. If you spend all your money on that one apple, you starve. But what if for that same $50, you could buy a tiny slice of every single item in the store? You get a piece of the apples, the bread, the milk, the soap. If the price of apples goes down, it doesn't matter because the price of milk went up. You are safe because you own it all. That is what an index fund is. Specifically, something like the S&P 500. When you buy into this, you are buying a tiny piece of the 500 the biggest companies in America. You are buying a piece of Amazon, a piece of Walmart, a piece of Apple, and a piece of McDonald's. Think about it. Where do we spend our money? We spend it at these places. When we are broke, who gets rich? These companies do. So instead of just being the customer giving them your money, it is time to become the owner to getting the profit. When you invest your $50 into an S&P 500 fund, you are saying, I believe that over the next 20 years, people are still going to buy toothpaste, diapers, and iPhones. It is the safest bet you can make. You don't have to watch the news. You don't have to be a genius. You just have to be consistent. You put your money in and you leave it alone. You let the American economy work for you for a change. I know what you are thinking. Sarah, what if the market crashes? What if I lose it all? This is the fear that keeps us poor. Yes, the market goes up and down. It is a roller coaster. But here's the truth. Over the last 100 years, the market has always gone up. Eventually, it has survived wars, depressions, pandemics, and bad presidents. It always comes back. When you see the market drop, do not panic, do not sell. When steaks go on sale at the grocery store for half price, do you run away screaming? No, you fill up your freezer. It is the same with stocks. When the market is down, your $50 buys more shares. It is a discount. You need to change your mindset from fearing the drop to seeing the opportunity. We are playing the long game here. We are not trying to be rich next Tuesday. We are trying to be secure for the rest of our lives. So how do we actually do this? How do you take that $50 and turn it into a real investment today? You don't need a broker in a fancy office. You just need your phone and 10 minutes. There are apps out there like Fidelity, Vanguard, or Schwab that let you start with literally $1. You open what's called a Roth IRA. This is your secret weapon. A Roth IRA is a special type of account for retirement where your money grows tax-free. That means when you are 65 and you go to take that money out to pay for your house or your medical bills, the government can't touch a single penny of your profit. You already paid taxes on that $50 when you earned it, so everything it earns from here on out belongs entirely to you and your children. I want you to imagine a snowball at the top of a hill. At first, it's small. You pack it tight with your $50 this month. Next month, you add another $50. It doesn't look like much yet. You might even feel discouraged because your balance only says $100 and you worked so hard for it, but keep pushing. As that snowball rolls down the hill, it starts picking up more snow on its own. That's called compound interest. Eventually, the snowball is so big that it's moving and growing even if you stop pushing it. That is wealth. That is the moment where your money is making more money while you sleep than you make while you're awake at your job. That is how the cycle of poverty finally breaks. It breaks because you decided to be the one who started the snowball. I know it's tempting to wait. You tell yourself, I'll start when I get that raise, or I'll start when the kids are out of diapers. But time is more valuable than money. Every month you wait is a month of growth you can never get back. If you start with $50 a month now, in 20 or 30 years, you are looking at tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars that you wouldn't have had otherwise. This isn't just about a bank account. It's about your dignity. It's about being able to say no to a boss who treats you like trash because you have a backup. It's about knowing that you aren't going to be a burden on your kids when you get older. You are building a fortress around your family, one $50 brick at a time. I want you to do one thing for me today. Just one. Don't just watch this video and go back to your routine. Go look at your bank account, find $50. Maybe you cancel that subscription you don't use, or you commit to packing a lunch instead of hitting the drive-thru for a week. Take that $50 and open that account. Prove to yourself that you are worth it. Prove to the world that just because you work a blue-collar job doesn't mean you have a blue-collar future. You are an investor. Now, you are an owner. You are the woman who changed everything for her family. I am so proud of you for even being here and listening to this. You've got the heart, you've got the strength, and now you have the plan. Now go make it happen. I'll see you in the next video.